fussy little face.
Hi Capricorn, welcome to May 2015. Now in May, your brain is going a mile a minute. I call it the monkey mind. You know, it's the lower mind that just keeps spinning and spinning. I gotta go to the grocery store, I gotta gas up, I gotta, blah, 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 blah. And, for you, it just keeps going over the same old stuff. Let it go. Let it go and go out and play. It's a good month for you to go out and have some fun. And the Scorpio full moon on the 3rd is actually in positive energy flow with any planets you have in Capricorn. Your Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Capricorn, Ascendant Capricorn. The Moon in Scorpio sextiles you. The Sun in Taurus trines you. Taurus is a sister sign and is pouring positive energy into your planets. So this is a strong month for you. There's two themes going on here this month. One is with the fixed signs, fixed energy, Scorpio, Taurus, and the other is with the mutable signs, the Geminis, Sagittarius, and Pisces, and Virgos. So there's a lot happening in May. And one message that I'm sharing with everyone is less is more. Do less, have more life. For you, think less, have more fun. So the Scorpio moon is a good energy for you. Scorpio rules the area of your life that has to do with your hopes and wishes, your goals, your friends, where you network, and it sextiles you. So it's a positive energy that can open doors for you. Pluto is in harmonious energy flow with both lights, the sun and the moon. Neptune is in positive energy flow with the moon in Scorpio and the sun in Taurus. Jupiter is T-squaring the sun and the moon. Jupiter can empower you to overcome childhood conditioning, past conditioning, to achieve your goals now. So even though Jupiter is in challenging aspect, it's Jupiter. So this is a wonderful energy to restructure debt, restructure your finances, so there's more money coming in than going out. And this full moon will bring your light to that, bring your consciousness to that, bring light to the money you make from the business you own or the money you make from the company you work for, and what changes you need to make in order to increase your income and increase your cash flow. Now, like I said, there's this intense Scorpio moon, and Scorpio does rule karma. As we sow, so shall we reap. What goes around comes around. And so at the time of the moon, there could be some, returning karma, say, in regards to friendships or the love you receive from others. And, everything is for your highest good. Everything is for your soul evolution. And you want to remind yourself of that if things come up at the full moon, what is this experience teaching me? What am I learning from this experience? And use it to focus on what's working and let go of what isn't working, right? Rejection is redirection. Redirect your energy if you're not getting the support or love you want from a situation or a friendship or a relationship. Redirect your energy so that you're going where the love is. You're going where you are getting that feedback, that positive feedback. Sun will trine Pluto on the 6th. And this for you is in the area of true love and romance. So for some of you, you could be, madly in love with someone in a romantic relationship with someone, and really connecting with this person and, feeling fulfilled in the area of true love, romance, and it increases your self-confidence. It's good. It's good energy for the Cappies. Yeah. And Venus enters Cancer on the 7th. That's love too. Now Venus goes into your relationship area. This is really good because wherever Venus is, she just makes things better. And this can make, your business relationships better. It can make your relationship to your public better. It can make the relationship with your, romantic partnership or your spouse. It's very good for partnerships, and it's very good for those of you in the public, those of you that work with the public, or anyone you consult with, a lawyer, a doctor, an attorney. It's very good to have a good relationship with them as well. So this is really nice, having the goddess of love in the area of partnership and your public, other people. This is very good. Now Mercury's going to square Neptune on the 9th, and there's going to be a lot of deception being practiced in May and going into June as well. And that's because when planets move into Gemini, first they meet Saturn and then they meet Neptune. Now when they meet Saturn, Saturn tests what you're doing. So for instance, Mercury is opposed by Saturn at the Scorpio full moon on the 3rd. And for you, this has to do with work. Gemini rules the area of your life that has to do with your service in the world, your work in the world. And with Mercury in this area being opposed by Saturn, Saturn is saying, hey, it's about your life-work balance, not work-life. Life first, then work. Your wealth is in your health. The better you feel, the more you can do, right? And your wealth is in your health, your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health. All very important. So Saturn will be testing any business contracts you have or relationships you're having at work, and Saturn is saying, where are you out of balance? Are you getting your needs met? Are you getting a fair deal here? And I like Saturn oppositions for that reason, because Saturn tests what we're doing. Because we can get all excited about something and not be in reality. And then Saturn is like, hey, do you actually think this is a viable plan? Do you actually think this is going to work? And we need to know that, because being tested makes us prove what we're doing, and it makes us better at what we do. So I actually like the Saturn opposition. Now the Neptune I don't like. Okay, and the reason is because whenever a planet squares Neptune, Neptune rules your highest ideals. Neptune rules spirituality. It rules the music industry. It rules the movie industry. It rules fantasy. It's great for creativity. It's great for meditation. It's terrible for negotiation. And when the faster moving planets are being squared by Neptune, and Neptune is very strong right now. We have been so focused on Pluto, Uranus, and what Saturn's doing that we really haven't been paying a lot of attention to Neptune, and Neptune is the most strongest planet of them all. Neptune is in his own sign, Pisces. Neptune rules Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. Neptune is direct. And as these planets cross over Neptune, you can be lied to, you can be deceived. Okay? It's never what people say, it's always what they do. It's never the promise, it's always the behavior. If the walk matches the talk, okay. But this energy brings out liars and thieves. And this is, people that are lying, people that are murdering the truth, and you don't know because Neptune's involved. In other words, you don't have all the facts. Trust your instincts. Trust your gut intuition. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. If something doesn't seem above board, it probably is not. So don't go by what people are saying. Go by what they are doing. And take your time with things. So Mercury's going to be squared by Neptune on May 9th. And as planets move into Gemini, they're also going to be squared by Neptune. First one is Mercury. That's people lying to you, trying to deceive you. And this is coming through work relationships. And, just go by what they're doing, not what they're promising. If they're promising a big sale and they never buy, hello, pay attention. Now, Mars enters Gemini on the 11th. Then he will be opposed by Saturn on the 15th. So he's getting you going in the work area where you really want to be, getting your work taking your work to the next level. You're putting a lot of energy in your work. You may be putting a lot of energy in your physical workouts. This is good. And, Mars, wherever Mars is where we want to put a lot of energy, and that's great. He runs into Saturn. Mars is the gas pedal. Saturn is the brakes. He runs into Saturn on the 15th. That's where you may find some frustration or, delays, okay? Sometimes when things are delayed, it's for your own good. Not getting what you want sometimes is for your own good. It's very fast moving, so it's very temporary. And so, a couple days later, things will loosen up. But Saturn's trying to show you something. What is Saturn trying to show you? Why are things delayed? Is there something you're missing? Is there something you're not seeing? Right? Don't get frustrated. Don't just keep spinning in the monkey mind. Blah, 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 blah. Go out and play. Go out and do a physical workout. Go for a jog. Go for a hike. Ride your bike. Have fun. Date. Go out and do something romantic. Have fun. Now, Venus will be in harmony with Neptune on the 16th. That's beautiful. That's beautiful for your relationship. You could be really communicating well with someone you're involved with, someone you're romantically involved with, your partner, anyone you're consulting with. That could be a perfect day to have a spiritual conversation. Or be creative with them. Do some sort of creativity with them. Beautiful day. It's divine love, that energy, that connection is divine love. Then there's the Taurus new moon on the 17th. New start in love for you. New start in romance for you. New start in risk-taking. Taurus is your sister sign. It's pouring positive energy into you. You're actually doing better than most signs this month. You're going to be one of the few signs that's having an easier time with the energies. Now, if you're in the midst of the Pluto-Uranus breakdown, no, you're still dealing with Pluto-Uranus. If you're really challenged and, you're feeling like things are breaking down and you're not cutting through, you're probably wrestling with Pluto and Uranus still. And that's still going on for some of you. And, so if you're experiencing that, then these faster moving planets, even Jupiter, cannot mitigate what Pluto and Uranus are doing. But you're not alone. The Cancers, the Libras, the Aries, they're all experiencing it too. So it just depends on how Pluto and Uranus are impacting your chart. They are separating. Uranus will be at 18 degrees, almost 19 degrees by the end of the month. And Pluto is retrograding and moving backwards and will be, he's hanging out at that 15-degree mark. But now you can see, Uranus is at, 19 degrees by the end of the month. So they've got almost a 4-degree orb of separation, which is really good. So the energy is lessening, the intensity is lessening, and that's good news. That's really good news. Now, the Taurus moon is a new start for you in the area of true love and romance. And because it's so late in Taurus, it's almost at 27 degrees, it is being opposed by Saturn. And so Saturn is saying, hey, life-work balance. Hey, what are you doing to take care of yourself? The better you feel, the more you can do, the more fun you can have, the more money you can earn. So what are you doing to take care of yourself there, Capricorn? Now, Mercury will retrograde May 17th through June 11th. Now, Mercury retrogrades 10 weeks out of the year. You can't stop living, you can't stop life, you can't stop business. The show must go on. However, I highly recommend that you wait until Mercury goes direct, either June 12th or the 13th, I like even better, to get married, purchase a house, buy a car, buy a computer, start a new job. And the reason is because when Mercury retrogrades, we all go subconscious. And we're in this dream state. And it's a very ripe time to be deceived. And how can you act effectively if you don't have all the facts? How can you act effectively if you don't have all the information? Mercury retrograde is like Mercury being squared by Neptune. The brain is scrambled, like scrambled eggs. And that's why it's ripe for deception. And so, you know, wait. Now, I know life goes on. You don't want to stop business. It's buyer beware, not seller. Sell to your heart's content. But if you can wait, like if you're going to take a job, you need to take a job, you know, if you can wait, great. But if you can't, take your job. You got to keep living. We can't stop life 10 weeks out of the year because Mercury, the messenger, the god of commerce and communication, is in reverse. It won't be as bad as some of them because it's in Gemini, and he rules Gemini. So it actually won't be as challenging as it can be, say, when he's in Cancer. Now, for you, it's in the area of your lifestyle, your work habits, your health habits, your psychological diet, how you feed yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So this is a good time to go over your routines, your work routines, your workout routines. This is a good time to think about your work strategies. How are those strategies serving you? Do you need to change your strategies? This is what a retrograde is good for. I like the retrogrades because it gives us an opportunity to go back over things. And you know, you can uncover and fix a lot of things when Mercury's retrograde. So mistakes that you've been looking at all year long thinking, oh, that's fine, that's fine. All of a sudden Mercury goes retrograde and you look and you go, that's not even right. Why didn't anybody tell me? And so it's like you can be that detective when Mercury is retrograde and go deep and get in there and see what needs to be fixed and changed and re-strategize. Once he goes direct, June 12th, June 13th, that's the time to launch. Launch the new business, launch the new website, get married, buy the car, buy the house. Okay, so now Mercury is retrograde during that time period. Then the Sun enters Gemini on the 21st. And the Sun will be opposed by Saturn on the 22nd. Life-work balance. Looking at how you're getting in your own way and how that is affecting what you do in the world. How that is affecting your success or your achievement and what you want to accomplish. And if you find your brain spinning, just going over the same old stuff, dun, 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 distract yourself. You know, the human mind can only think of one thing at a time. So if you go and you distract yourself, then you forget about the things you've been spinning on. And that can be very exhausting. And that's one of the things I'm seeing here this month. Yes, there's this good fixed energy in here with the Taurus, very positive for you, and the Scorpio, very positive for you. But then we have this mutable energy in here that can be very taxing, very overwhelming. When your brain is spinning like that, it can tax your nervous system, and it can create nervous exhaustion. It can create extreme restlessness. It can make your mood swing. And so less is more. Do less, have more fun. Think less, go ride your bike. It's actually better for you. Okay? And you know, this mutable energy is going on all month. It starts at the Scorpio moon with the Mercury opposed Saturn, then square Neptune on the 9th, and then Mars will square Neptune on the 25th, and then the Sun will square Neptune on the 31st. And, you know, this is really important to look at this. Now, there's another thing, and I'll come back to this in a second, but Venus will oppose Pluto on the 21st and square Uranus on the 25th. And for you, this could create some sort of power struggle in your marriage, in your partnership. Remember to create the win-win, okay? You win by me winning. I win, you win. I'm taking you along with me, okay? You've got Pluto in your sign. You have a lot of power. But the challenge with that is people can think you're running roughshod over them. They can think you're out to just win at the expense of them, and then they'll work against you. So be the Napoleon Hill. Okay, be the Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie taught us that people always want to know what's in it for them. It's human nature. What's in it for me? And that includes your wife or your husband. So you're going to have an opportunity to negotiate this on the 21st and the 25th when it's brought to your attention that your wife wants this, or your husband wants this, or your partner wants this, or your public wants this. Okay, and you want to create that win-win. Okay, so by you helping me, I'm helping you. By you helping me, I can be here to help you. Help me, help you. Go, Jerry Maguire. You see? And so use the energy to create that win-win. Help me, help you. Okay, so you got that going on there, and it has more to do with your partnerships. Okay, then you've got this mutable energy that's going on that, again, it's not so much about you, Capricorn, but it is going to be about the people around you. You're going to notice it's crazy town in the world because this is a very mutable energy, and mutable is adaptable and adjustable, but it can be very superficial, and it may not have any substance. So there's going to be a lot of people talking, but they're not really saying anything. There's going to be a lot of invitations, a lot of things thrown at you, but they may not even really offer you anything. So less is more. Now, when the moon goes into Virgo, for you, Virgo harmonizes with you. Virgo is a sister sign. So for you, Virgo is, it rules the area of your life that has to do with superconscious mind, your connection to source, your truth, your wisdom, your freedom. On the 25th and the 26th, the moon in Virgo will be squaring all the Gemini and opposing the Neptune and squaring Saturn. So it's a grand square, okay? And this is going to be kind of crazy making. You know, this is all that Gemini energy going on, and it's really being activated now by the moon in Virgo and the Neptune. Saturn is there. He's getting ready to go into Scorpio. He's at almost 1 degree by the end of the month at this grand mutable square I'm seeing on the 25th and 26th of May. So, you know, this is a theme going on here with Mercury retrograde. There's going to be a lot of chickens running around with their heads cut off. You know what I mean? Like a lot of talk, but no substance, right? And it'll be fun. It'll be a fun energy, but it isn't anything you can go to the bank with. You know what I mean? It's like not really, you know, it's like party, and you wake up the next day and go, okay, that was fun. And so, and there's also this deception energy in there too. So it's gonna be ripe with the liars and the thieves. There's gonna be a lot of people out there with their bull, you know what, going on. So keep your antenna up and, you know, pay attention. It's never what they say, it's always what they do. It's never the talk, it's always the walk. And for you, it has more to do with the community and, you know, people trying to distract you and work relationships. That's really where it's going on for you. And for you, the biggest annoyance is the monkey mind just spinning, going over the same old stuff, same old stuff. Your job is to do a mental dump. Just dump it out, let it go for a bike ride, go out and play, go out and have some fun. Now, Mercury retrograde will couple with Mars on the 27th. This is good for cutting through the baloney and cutting through the crap and getting to the heart of the matter. When the when your desire and energy couples with your mind, you can speak your truth and cut through it. You know, so this is where you can call people out and go, you know, you've been promising to buy for me for, you know, months now. Are you going to buy? Bam, you put it right out there. I love this energy. And then the sun will couple with Mercury, the mind, on the 30th. This will give you tremendous insight into what's really going on in your work relationships, in your work. But then the sun squares Neptune on the 31st. And then we're back to promises. So, you know, you got to ride the wave. You know, it's a really good time for you. For those of you looking for love, it's on in May. And that's where you really want to spend your time and energy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I've seen like a lot of positive energy in your social life, in networking, having fun, sports, playing with your kids, playing outside, you know, seeing the lighter side of life, and, you know, step back and let, you know, the crazies have their way and have their fun. It's kind of harmless, most of it. It's just some of it is going to be, you know, some people that are just outright lying, outright being deceptive. And, you know, for you, watch out, it can come through the work area. But for those of you looking for love, it's on. For those of you already coupled, it looks really good. And spiritually, you're growing, you're moving, it's happening. Health, how is your health? You know, your wealth is in your health. If you're taking care of yourself, you're going to be doing great. If you're creating that life-work balance, Saturn likes to show you where you're out of balance. So, you know, it's a great month for you to have fun, You know, be romantic, have fun with a lover, have fun with a partner, and physically work out, strengthen your body. Mind, body, spirit connection. When you strengthen your body, strengthen your mind. When you strengthen your mind, you strengthen your spirit. When you strengthen your spirit, you strengthen the body, mind, spirit connection. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my podcast, Capricorn. You're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below. You go to my astrology service page, you purchase a session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule. You get scheduled. Or if you're interested in coaching, you want to work on work strategies, life-work balance strategies, career strategies, launching a new business, it's very easy. You go to my coaching service page, you purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule. You get scheduled. I'm also going to be offering live webinars starting in June. You can sign up here. First one's going to be on love, astrology, and the law of attraction. Second one's going to be on money, astrology, and the law of attraction. I'm going to be doing live coaching, and I would love to see you there. So until next time, Capricorn, go out and play! Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be true. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. I do.
Rides me on her years. She took away all my tears, swept away all my fears with her big grand eyes as she sang, hello, it's gonna be okay. Hello, there's plenty of rainbows tonight. Hello, we should just sing the day. Hello, you know it's better than goodbye. Stretching out a little hand, she said to take a stand. Walking through the fields where the daisies don't grow. Would you be so bold